probably, or maybe all of you will know that plants need sunlight in order to produce food. Plants are what are called producers. They produce the food of the planet by photosynthesis. Now, Krishna has provided the sunlight. The plants take this energy from the sunlight and they make the food. Do you know what I mean? They make the food for all the living entities here on this planet. So Krishna has provided that. He also says, I become the moon and thereby supply the juice of life to all vegetables. So the food tastes nice, so we can enjoy the taste of food. Then after we're eating it, he says, I am the fire of digestion, the bodies of all living entities. And I join with the air of life, outgoing and incoming, to digest the 4 kinds of food stuff. So after we've eaten our food, Krishna is digesting the food for us. Do you know what I mean? So, in this way, Krishna is our Father. He's helping us in so many ways. He's giving us yajna as well, by which we can obtain things which we need in this life. And also Krishna goes on to say in chapter 9, says, I am the healing herb. When we become sick, Krishna cures us. Now Krishna, in all these contexts, Krishna uses the word aham. That means he personally does it. Aham means I do it. I am the healing herb. I will personally cure you. I will personally, I personally feed you. I personally digest the food. I personally cure you. You understand? So this is the Father, isn't it? This is an amazing Father. Does all these things for us. So Krishna wants the best for us. So therefore, if we surrender unto Him, just follow His instructions as given to us by the pure devotee, then everything will be fulfilled to our heart's desire, and in the end we'll return back to the spiritual world. If however we don't do that, what happens? We stay in this material world. This material world is so powerful. It can make a person in prema bhakti become a demon, isn't it? All these demons we're reading about now, where were they originally? The spiritual world. And what were they experiencing? Prema bhakti. How is it when they come to this material world, after sometimes material world, they want to kill Krishna? That is how powerful this material energy is. It can take you from a pure lover of Krishna to a person who hates Krishna, he wants to kill him. That's how powerful it is. This is the material world. And we can see in our everyday lives how powerful the material energy is. When you look in the newspapers, you see so many atrocities. Just a month ago I read in the newspaper, a man, he's relatively young, in his 30s, late 30s or something. I know what happened to him. Obviously the material energy. He killed his 2 young children, and then he killed his wife, and then himself. Bewildered by the material energy. He acted in this way. So many more examples. If we look in history, for example, we see this living entity, Adolf Hitler. He's a jiva. He had prema bhakti at one time. Can you believe that? He said that. At one time he had prema bhakti. But in the material world he becomes so bewildered, so overcome, that he ends up, according to the textbooks, killing 17 million people. Why? To fulfill his desires. Fulfill his particular desires. That's what happens when we try to fulfill our desires independent of Krishna. We do unlimited, horrendous, sinful activities. At the end of it all, was he satisfied? No. Obviously not, isn't it? Obviously not. You understand? So if we try to fulfill our desires independently of Krishna, we'll end up becoming demons. Do you know what I mean? We'll end up becoming demons. We'll end up, making so many people's lives miserable. So the best thing is to take shelter of Krishna. Now, I just want to say something there. Okay. Now, sometimes, the last point now sometimes as devotees we see, and throughout our lives, that sometimes life becomes very intense, becomes very, very difficult. We're wondering what to do, saying, Krishna, what's going on here? I'm doing everything right, I'm following the authorities, getting on with everybody, trying my rounds, corrective principles, doing service, reading. Why is it now I'm in this horrendous situation? It's unbearable. We sometimes, this sometimes happens to us in our lives. What to do about this? And I was thinking that Krishna wants us back as quickly as possible. Let me read something from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Now this is the pastime of one devotee called Indrajumna Maharaj. Says here that Indrajumna Maharaj retired from family life and went to the Himalaya hills, where he had a small cottage for his ashram. He wore matted locks on his hair and engaged in austerities. Once, while observing a vow of silence, he was fully engaged in the worship of the Lord and absorbed in the ecstasy of love of Godhead. Okay, so he's absorbed in Krishna and he's absorbed in the ecstasy of love of Godhead. Now, while Indrajumna Maharaj was engaged in ecstatic meditation, worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the great sage Agastya Muni arrived there, surrounded by his disciples. When the Muni saw that Maharaj Indrajumna, who was sitting in a secluded place, remained silent and did not follow the etiquette of offering him a reception, he was very angry. Agastya Muni then spoke this curse against the king. The king Indrajumna is not at all gentle. Being low and uneducated, he has insulted a Brahmana. May he therefore enter the region of darkness and receive the dull, dumb body of an elephant. Shukadev Goswami continued, My dear king, after Agastya Muni had thus cursed King Indrajumna, the Muni left that place along with his disciples. Since the king was a devotee, he accepted Agastya Muni's curse as welcome, because it was the desire of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, although in his next life he got the body of an elephant, because of devotional service, he remembered how to worship and offer prayers to the Lord. Okay, so Srila Prabhupada purport that a devotee, this is how a devotee thinks. He regards any reverses in life as blessings of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, instead of being agitated by such reverses, he continues his activities of devotional service, and Krishna takes care of him and enables him to be promoted to the spiritual world, back to Godhead. If a devotee has to suffer the reactions of his past misdeeds, the Supreme Lord arranges for him to be given only a token of these reactions, and very soon he is freed from all the reactions of material contamination. One should therefore adhere to devotional service. That means stick to devotional service. And the Lord himself will very soon see to one's promotion to the spiritual world. A devotee should not be disturbed by unfortunate circumstances, but must continue his regular program, depending on the Lord for everything. Okay?